Alright, gonna jump into a game of Dynasty League Baseball. Play the 76 Yankees season. They are 7-9, 5 games out. They're playing game 2 of a 3-game series against the Angels. I have not been playing much of anything lately, so we'll see how much I remember of any of these games. I'm dreading when I go back to IPA, Inside Pitch Advance, because I haven't played in a while, and I'm going to be in trouble in that first game back on IPA. But Dynasty League is not too hard, so I should be able to jump in. I have been rolling a little strat, but I haven't been playing much else. Been busy doing some other things. This is as played. We got good weather here in California, so I don't got to worry about lineups and pitchers because it's already taken care of. With the as plays, looks like it's going to be Catfish on the mound for the Yankees as my lineup against Nolan Ryan. All right, we got Catfish Hunter and Nolan Ryan in this game. Yankees got their lefty lineup in there for the most part, so this should be good. Let's play some baseball. Good pitching matchup anyway. And for the screen, we got Nolan Ryan. What's he been doing so far? Now Ryan is 3-0. Got a 1.2 whip and a 2.2 ERA, 48 strikeouts in 41 innings. Only 24 walks for Nolan. That might be pretty good, actually. But you see hitters are not hitting at all against him. So Rivers will lead it off, Mickey Rivers, and he has been hitting for the Yankees, 347 with no homers and 4 ribbies. And they don't give stolen bases on this little blurb, so sure, but I'm sure he's stolen a few bases. All right, let's play some baseball. And right off the bat, what do you expect from Nolan Ryan? Strikeout. Number 1. 49th of the season. Bring up Roy White, batting .424, 2 homers and 6 ribbies. He's been on fire since the season began, and he walks. So there we go. There's a typical Nolan Ryan game. Strikeout and a walk. Nobody's hit the ball yet. Nice nod to Dynasty League for some realism there. Here's Thurman. He got off to a slow start. He's only hitting .220. He's got a homer and 11 ribbies, but they're going to need him to start hitting. One of the reasons they're under 500 is Thurman has not been hitting. Nolan is a poor holder of runners. He's a 0 for steals. Hutcher Barron's a 0. Maybe we get a little frisky on the bases with White. Should get a lead with a 42. I've also been getting thrown out left and right in this game, if I remember correctly. So we'll see what happens. This should be a safe steal, though. 40. Yep. So we'll try and manufacture a run against Ryan here. Runner on second, 1 out for Thurman. And we got a ground ball base hit to center field. Torres is a 0 arm, so I'm probably trying to score White here, and I am, for sure, 83%. Take advantage of any chance to score against Ryan, and 16 should be an easy safe. Yankees take the lead, so we do manufacture a run. Thurman now on first. He can get a little frisky at times, especially against the poor holder, but I'm going to let Chambliss swing here. I think in a game, the Yankees would probably let Chambliss shoot at the hole between first and second. But that's going to be a hard ground ball to second and a double play, so that backfires. So I'm going to go to the bottom of the first. And the Yankees do grab the early lead. Jerry Remy will lead it off. What's Remy been doing? Remy, 198 with 4 ribbies. Hunter's 2 and 3, but his ERA's okay, 3.43. His whip is good, 1.17. He does have 35 strikeouts. But the Yankees have not been winning, so here's a deep drive right off the bat, but Remy does not have power. He is an F power, so he's probably going to have to hit it twice to get it out. He's going to go to right center, and he has a 0% chance of a home run. So that's going to be in. Mickey makes the catch on that one. That'll bring up Rusty Torres. See what he's doing on here. He's got homer at 4 ribbies, batting 153. And that's a hard ground ball to second. Willie will take care of that one. Randolph to Chambliss, 2 out. One thing you don't have to worry about with Hunter is his ability to face batters, as he started the game with 40. Of course, if he's not effective, then that's a different story, but he can go forever. Here is Bonds, a homer and 4 ribbies, batting .204. Only a .313 on base percentage, so not much better. But there is a home run. Now, the only thing we got to check is Hunter has deep drives both sides. If he does, it's just a home run. And just like that, Bobby Bonds ties the game at the bottom of the first. It's 1-1. One thing Catfish will do is give up home runs. He gave up 28 in the '76 season, so he does have deep drive results on both sides of his card for lefties and righties. So home runs will stick off the batter's cards here for the Angels. And there's a hard ground ball to short. So Melton will be out. Melton came in hitting .238 with a couple of homers. Mason takes care of that, but Catfish gives up the bomb to Bobby Bonds, and it's 1-1 top 2. Here's Gamble hitting .233 with a homer. Another guy that the Yankees need to get started. He's got good pop, but he hasn't been hitting too much. And that's strikeout number 2 for Ryan. Second of the game, 50th of the season already for Nolan. And there's 1 out for Piniella, hitting .222 with 3 ribbies. And we got our first error check of the game. It'll be Echebarren behind the plate. They usually make these plays, but let's see. And it looks like he will. Pop up, 2 out. Nettles hitting .254 with a lonely home run. And you start to see when you look at these stats why the Yankees are 7-9. And that is a strikeout. Third of the game. And that's a quick 1-2-3. The Yankees grabbed that early 1-0 lead, but they gave it right back with the Bonds homer. And now it's 1-1 bottom 2. Bhakti leading it off, 307 with no homers and 10 ribbies. And a base hit. Center field in front of Rivers. First, nobody out. Hunter's a C+, slightly above average. He's a 0 for steals. Munson is a -1. Stanton is at the plate batting .238 with no homers and 5 ribbies. And he squares the bunt. A little surprising there, but there's a 6. And it's going to be fielded by the third baseman, Nettles. And he makes the play, but Bhakti does get to second. Might have thought Leroy Stanton would be bunting, but runner on second, 1 out for Chalk, who's hitting .238 with a ribby. And there's a line out to third. So one guy you don't want to hit it to on the Yankees is Nettles. They've given Nettles 2 shots here in the second. 2 out runner on second for Echebarren. Batting .222 with 3 ribbies, no homers. And there's a base hit to left field. White has a +1 on. Bhakti's at 5. He's going to score, so it is 2-1. And Angels take the lead. That'll bring up Ramirez, bottom of the order, 169, 3 ribbies. Echebarren not a threat to run. And there's a walk. First and second now with 2 out. Bringing Remy up top of the order. He's 0 for 1. Hit that deep fly on the deep drive his first time up. And that's another long fly ball to Rivers. So Remy is going to have to try and hit it someplace else. Mickey has retired it twice. But the Angels take a 2-1 lead into the top of the third inning. Randolph, Mason, and Rivers. Randolph hitting 200, no homers, 5 RBIs. And there's a high fly ball to center field. And looks like Rusty Torres out there will make the play. Out. Bring up light hitting Jim Mason hitting 120, no homers, no ribbies. This is the pre-Bucky Dent Yankees. Here's a high fly out to center. Obviously one of the big improvements the Yankees made in '77 was to get Bucky Dent. There's 2 out, nobody on for Rivers. And he hits a hard ground ball to second. That is Remy over there at second base, over to Bhakti. And we go bottom 3. Angels lead at 2-1. Torres, Bonds, and Melton against Hunter here in the bottom of the third. And there's a base hit to center field. Mickey will get that in, but here come the Angels again. Yankees need Hunter to be good against Ryan, but he's been shaky. And here's Bonds with the home run. He can also run. Bonds had a lot of tools, but there's a hard ground ball to short. And Mason should turn 2 on this one, over to Randolph, and then back to Chambliss, and it's 2 out, nobody on. Here's Melton, 0 for 1. And there's a high fly ball to Mickey in center field, and that will retire the side. That was quick. And we're going to go to the 4th, 2-1. Angels 4 hits, Yankees 1 hit. White will lead it off. He walked, stole a base, and scored the Yankees run in the first inning. And here he'll hit a ground ball to shortstop. And Ramirez will take care of that one. 1 out, nobody on for Thurman. Norman 1 for 1. He drove in Roy White in the first inning for his 12th RBI of the season. And now we get an umpire reading. Possible strikeout here. Let's see what it's going to be. Nope, it's just going to be an out. Looks like it's a pop-up to Etchebaum for the second out. Here's Chambliss. We didn't actually look at Chambliss' numbers this first time up. He's hitting 171 with a homer and 11 ribbies. So again, another key Yankee hasn't been hitting, but there's a double down the line in right field. Bonds is going to chase that one down in the corner. Chambliss is going to be on second with 2 out. Tying run. Second base. Here's Ryan with his super tough in a jam quality is activated against Gamble. And there's a pop-up to second base. Remy will put it away. And the Yankees will be retired in the 4th. The bottom 4. Rocky Stanton with chalk against Hunter. Rocky's 1 for 1, and he struck him out. 1 out. Bring up Stanton, who I didn't think was going to bunt last time, but he did it anyway. He only hit 2 homers in 76, so he had a weak 76 season, Leroy Stanton. 190 and 266 on base percentage. So he only had 231 at-bats. So, and he strikes out. That is 2 out. 2 out, nobody on. Hunter coming alive here in the 4th with a couple of Ks. They'll bring up Chalk, who's 0 for 1, line to Nettles, his first time up. And there is a soft ground ball to Nettles again at third base, and he doesn't miss too many of those. So we're going to go to the 5th, 2-1. Angels, good game, good pitchers duel between 2 great pitchers. Sweet Lou Piniella will face Ryan. He's 0 for 1. And he's going to line it to third. Chalk's going to take care of that one. 1 out. Bring up Nettles. I wonder what Nettles' career mark was against Ryan. I'll have to look that up. I'd be curious to know it. And here's a hard ground ball to second base. Remy's been busy, and he's going to retire Nettles. 2 out. Willie Randolph. Randolph hit 267 in the 76 season, homer and 40 ribbies. And here's our first bizarre reading. One of my least favorite parts of Dynasty League Baseball are these bizarre readings, but we'll see what happens. And this is one of the reasons, because there's too many injuries in the bizarre charts, but it looks like he's going to stay in the game, thankfully. We didn't want to lose Ryan. So if it was up to me, there would be no bizarre readings in this game. They're not very good, and they don't really add much to it. Here's an infield range check. And 88 is going to be deep in the hole at third. Chalk is a C-plus range. It's an easier play on grass, and he makes it with a diving stop. Oh, well, we got a bang-bang play, actually, and he's safe. He's actually safe at first. He gets the call. So he made the diving stop, but we had an extra dice roll on that one, and he actually beats the throw. So Willie's on at first with 2 out. This is a tricky one, because Willie can definitely steal second, but at the same time, I'd like to clear Mason's position in the batting order. It's kind of like when you have a pitcher up and you don't want to get thrown out at second. But Randolph can run, and we want to get a runner in scoring position. I'm going to try it anyway. Mason can surprise us with a hit. See if he can get in there. Good jump. And a 50 should be safe. Alright, so we got into second with another steal, trying to take advantage of the fact that Ryan doesn't hold runners on that well. But we still have Mason up against Ryan. And I wouldn't want to bet on a hit, but let's see if he surprises us. And he does not with a strikeout. But he's cleared, so the Yankees will have to lead off man on in the 6th. We're bottom 5, 2-1 Angels. Only 7 hits combined in the game. Etcha Barron's got one of them. He's 1 for 1 with a ribby. He's actually got the deciding RBI right now. There's a liner to short. Mason will take care of that one. One out. That will bring up Orlando Ramirez. And that's a hard ground ball also to Mason at short. So he's busy this inning, 2 out. Couldn't get the hit last inning, but at least he's made his plays here in the bottom of the 5th. That'll bring up Remy, who's 0 for 2. He's tried Rivers twice. Rivers has caught the ball both times, but this time he's going to get it by Rivers. Double into the gap in left center field. So Remy finally found a way to get a ball by Rivers. And he's on second with 2 out for Torres. Hunter wants to get Torres, even though he's lefty. He doesn't want to really face Bonds. Torres hit .205 in the 76 season. And there's a ground ball to short, so Mason is able to make all 3 plays here in the 5th. But Remy with the double is going to be stranded. So we go to the 6th inning. It's 2-1. Angels over the Yankees. Yanks have the top of the order against Ryan, who has been hard to hit this season. Look at the batting average against. 131 lefties, 196 righties, 172 overall. Here's Rivers. And he's going to walk. So that's the one thing Ryan will do. Ryan will give you some walks. And again, we're in a situation where we're probably going to want to try and steal. Got to get a runner in the scoring position, so we're going to try it. And it's going to be another good jump. That's going to be safe. So Rivers, who is the Yankees' primary base stealer, is in at second base with nobody out for White. Now, I do have the option of trying to bunt, but I'm not a big fan of giving up outs, especially against Nolan Ryan. So we're going. Rivers is already in scoring position. We're going to just take 3 shots here if we can. Let's see what White can do, and he walks. So Ryan's wildness coming into play here in the top of the 6th. That's the one way you could always try and beat Ryan, is to take advantage of his wildness. Here we got first and second, nobody out. And the captain, Thurman Munson's going to try and get a big key hit. He has one already that drove in a run. First and second, nobody out. One interesting option would be the double steal. Take some guts to do it. Whew. Nobody out. I'm going to let Thurman swing. He is a candidate to hit into a double play, though. Let's see what happens. And there's a ground ball base hit. That's going to go to right field. So now we got to see. Bonds is a -1 arm. Rivers is a 10 base runner, and he's going to score easily. So that was second to home, I guess, on that hit. I didn't notice. But White is 89% to go to third, and I'm going to go ahead and try it, even with nobody out. 89% high enough for me. 83, but he is 95%, and an error on the throw possible. 99, and there is an error on the throw. He airmails it past chalk, and the Yankees are going to get another run and take a 3-2 lead. So Thurman not only gets the big base hit that drove Rivers in, but White attempting to go to third. Bonds throws it away, and the Yankees get a run. It's 3-2 Yanks top 6. Munson on second, nobody out for Chambliss. And now we got an outfield range check. Who's it gonna be? Drilled down a right field line. Bonds B+, best outfielder they have, so that's who they wanted to hit to, and it's gonna be a sliding catch. Nice catch by Bonds. Munson goes 1 out. Here's Gamble. What a play by Bonds. And now we have the infield getting checked for a range play. 69 is in the hole at first. Bhakti's a C+. 35. Diving stop. And he throws it to plays here for the Angels are going to keep this game 3-2 right now. Munson's at third now with 2 out. The Yankees could have easily had a 4th run. It's going to be Piniella now trying to get Munson in with 2 out. And another infield range check. Can the Angels do it 3 times this inning? 95, that's going to be drilled down the line towards Chalk, who's a C+. This time in 81, and it gets through. So the Angels' luck runs out. This time Piniella able to get it through past Chalk. He's on second. Yankees lead it 4-2. Jim Brewer now warming up for the Angels as Ryan's wildness cost him here. Here's Nettles, runner on second, 2 out. And there's a high fly ball center field. Torres will finally end this inning for the Angels. But the Yankees take a 4-2 lead on Nolan Ryan. Down to the bottom of the 6th. Bonds leading off against Hunter. As I said, Hunter, from a stamina standpoint, no problem. Here's Bonds. There's a hard grounder to short. Mason takes care of it, 1 out. One thing I should check, I do not know the status of my bullpen. I don't know if they're tired, rested. I would not be surprised if they were tired, but I'm going to check that after Melton. I'm just going to take a quick peek at my bullpen. And there's another hard grounder to Mason at short, 2 out. Not that we're necessarily going to need it right now, but I do want to know what I'm getting into for the last 3 innings. Let's just take a quick look. Yeah. Sparky is okay. Guidry is okay. Guidry's pitching out of the pen. But everyone else is pretty low. Martinez, Tidrow, Pagan. So I do have Sparky, though, and I have Guidry. So I have my lefties. Interesting. All right, so we got 2 out, nobody on here in the 6th. Bhakti going to try and get something going for the Angels. And a couple of guys warming up for the Angels. Here's a high fly to Rivers in center. So an easy inning for Hunter here in the 6th. Yankees going to try and get some innings out of Hunter with a tired bullpen. They lead it 4-2 in the top of the 7th. Ryan starting out here. He's got Scott and Verhoeven backing him up. Willie Randolph leading it off, and base hit to left in front of Stanton for Randolph. That'll bring up Mason. Again, we have some choices. We can try and steal with Willie. We can try and bunt with Mason. We can try and steal, then bunt. I'm going to go ahead and see if Willie can get a lead. 51 will probably be a good jump again off Ryan. He's the D. And 71's kind of high number-wise, but a stolen base and a possible error on the catcher. And it is a wild throw, and Willie's going to go to third. So bad fielding there by Echebarren. We'll put Randolph on third with nobody out. With the 4-2 lead, I'm going to go ahead and let Mason hit. And there's a high fly ball to center field, and there is an option to tag here. And Willie is a 9 against Torres' 0 arm. Very good chance I'm going to try this, and I am at 89%. Willie's going to try and score on this fly ball to center field. Oh, 94. That's no good. That's no good. Willie's going to be thrown. Like I said, I've been getting thrown out a lot in this game. I had to try it there. 89% to score Willie. That's a big run left on the table for the Yankees. And now there's 2 out, nobody on for Rivers. But again, 89% was impossible not to try that. Rivers walks. If Ryan stays in, we are going to try and get the second with Mickey. Willie Randolph thrown out at the plate by Torres. Game saver right now. Here's a possible balk. And it is a balk. Ryan gets called for a balk. Runner on second, 2 out for White. Now White will just swing. Super tough in a jam for Ryan, and he strikes him out. I think he started with 48 in this game, so that is only his 5th strikeout of the game. That's his 53rd of the season. But 7th inning stretch time, bottom 7. Yanks lead at 4-2. Hunter will face Stanton, who's 0 for 1 with a sac bunt. And he struck him out. 1 out, bring up Dave Chalk. Out. Chalk will bat, one out, nobody on. He's 0 for 2. He's tried Nettles twice to no avail. And there's a ground ball this time to Mason. It's short. So Chalk's 0 for 3. Angels are down 2 out here in the 7th. And Echebarren is 1 for 2. He has a single and a ribby in this game. At the time, it gave the Angels a 2-1 lead. And there's a ground ball to Nettles and an easy inning for Hunter. So he's through 7 with a 4-2 lead against Nolan Ryan, out-dueling Nolan Ryan here in California. Yanks lead at 4-2. Ryan's still out there. They still have action in the pen. Brewer is ready. Munson leads it off. And we got infield range check. Who will it be? 45 is a hot liner towards Bhakti at first. C+. 94 though, high number, and it gets through for a base hit. So Thurman with another hit. Heating up, and here's Chambliss. What is Chambliss? He's only a D hit and run, so I'm going to let Chambliss swing with a 2-run lead. And infield range check. Infield range check again. 47, is that the first again? Yeah, it is another hot liner to Bhakti. Chambliss gets a good piece of the ball. But this time it's a low number, 16, and Bhakti spears it. And he gets Munson for the double play. Thurman off the bag, and he gets doubled up. 2 out, nobody on for Campbell. And there's a ground ball to first, so quickly. That is the end of this inning. Bhakti getting all the outs there. Bottom 8, the Yanks leading at 4-2. We got Echebarren, the righty, Remy the lefty, then a switch hitter, then a couple of more righties. If someone gets on, I'll get someone up. Here's Ramirez, bottom of the order. Let's see who's going to bat. Nope, not going to bat. Dave Collins going to bat. Not a big time hitter, but 249 against righties, so Hunter will face Collins. And there's a line drive, base hit to left, so a big pinch hit single for Collins. And now the question is, who do I get up? Sparky can face only 7. I mean, he was a guy who could pitch more than 1 inning. I don't want to push him. I have Tidrow, low endurance. He can face 4 guys. I'm going to get Tidrow and Tippy up. See if I can maybe get enough outs out of them if I need them to save Sparky for the night. So we got runner on first. Nobody out for Remy. They're down by 2. Remy should be swinging, but let's see. Nah, he's going to bunt even down 2. It's okay with me as long as we can make the play on him. But a 96 is a tough number, and he's going to have a hard time getting him now. And, they get the lead out. Wow, they got the lead out. So that could have went a lot of different ways with that high number. It was a tough play, but Hunter gets the out at second. And 1 out now. Remy's on first with Torres. I don't really like that bunt play down 2 runs. I know Remy can bunt. Maybe he's bunting for a hit there. That's 70s base. We got to swing the bat. There's a line out to second. Line out to second from Torres. 2 out with Remy on at first, and now Bonds. He does have a homer in the game. I'm going to let Hunter face him. 2 out, runner on first. Hunter's been good. I got to give him a chance to get through the 8th inning. And another bizarre. The last thing we wanted to see is a bizarre play here. 8-0-2, that's a high one too. Close pitch, ball 4. Munson does, he's going to get tossed. We just lost Munson getting tossed with 2 out. I'm going to have to put Dempsey in for Thurman. Don't like that. First and second, 2 out now. Hunter facing Melton. I'm going to leave him in the game. This is a big part of this ball game. First and second, 2 out. Yanks lead at 4-2. Melton's going to try and do some damage against Hunter here. See what happens. Oh, and they're going to pinch hit. They're going to pinch hit Briggs. Interesting. 219 righties, 184 lefties. Didn't hit either side. I'm going to let Hunter face him. I just think in case they lift. If I bring in like Tippy and they lift him for a righty, I'd rather have Hunter face Briggs. First and second, 2 out, and Hunter's going to try and get Briggs now instead of Melton. And there's a high fly ball to center field. I didn't like that move by the computer, but we get Briggs there, and Hunter gets out of the inning. So I'll get Sparky up in the 9th, and we'll decide if he's going to start the inning or if I'm going to let Hunter start the inning. 4-2, top 9. Let's see if the Yankees can get some insurance for us. Ryan has stayed in the game. He's still in there. Still has backup in the bullpen, but he wiggled out of that inning with only when they got Randolph at the plate, and he settled down after that. Let's see how Piniella starts. Infield range play. Yankees had a chance for that 5th run, which would have been a big insurance run. But Randolph was thrown out at the plate. Now we have a smash up the middle. Chalk now is playing short. And an off-balance throw, and he gets him. So Chalk's playing short now. Torres is at 3rd. And looks like Stanton's at right. Collins went to left when Collins came in. So a lot of changes here. Collins to the left, Stanton to center. Torres and Chalk are now on the left side of the infield. And with 1 out, Nettles will face Ryan. And we get an umpire reading. See what this is going to be. 13. Checking the catcher's handling, which is Echebarren. 80% chance of being out, and it is a high. Pop up to Echebarren, 2 out. That will bring up Randolph. 2 for 3 in the game. And another umpire reading. So let's see where we are here. 79 this time. Checking the strike zone, which is the umpire strike zone is small for this game. And that's going to give Randolph the walk. Ryan doesn't get the call. Umpire squeezing him a little bit, and that's going to be it for Ryan. Now we get this John Verhoeven coming in. 3.38 ERA in 76, 0-2 with 4 saves. He pitched 37 innings. With the lead, I'm letting Mason hit. It's a righty pitcher anyway. So 2 out runner on first. I could have tried to steal there, but there's a hard grounder to second. And that's going to end the inning. So we're going to go to the bottom of the 9th. Now we got Bhakti, Stanton, and Chalk. Did not get Sparky up to start the inning. Going to let Hunter try and throw this complete game. I'll just have Sparky backing him up. Want to give Hunter a chance. Bhakti will lead it off. And there's a deep drive. What is Bhakti's power? It's an F, so that's okay. 69, he's probably not going to hit it out, especially to center field. He got a big number, 93, but he's still a 0% chance for a home run. Does he have any chance for a hit, or is this just a deep fly out? That's going to be an out. Some ballparks you have doubles and things like that. Here it looks like it's mostly just outs and a home run. So 1 out, nobody on. A little bit of a scare there, but Hunter gets the out. Now it'll bring up Stanton, who's 0 for 2 with a sack. He's struck out twice in this game. And now they're going to lift him for Herman. So Herman's going to come in. He was only 187 against righties, 246 against lefties, which is a little weird. But Hunter's facing him anyway. And there's a ground ball to short. And Hunter's 1 out away from a complete game here. It's 4-2. Yankees lead it. 2 out, bottom 9. Chalk due up. He's 0 for 3 in the game. Liner to third, grounded to third, and then he grounded to short. So Hunter 1 out away from a complete game win against Nolan Ryan. Sparky ready if he's needed. But Hunter's going to try and finish the job, and he does it with fine fashion, a strikeout. Catfish Hunter gets the complete game by striking out Chalk. And the Yankees win this one 4-2. What a game by Hunter. Take a quick look at the box score. And Thurman Munson was 3 for 4 before being booted from the game. 2 RBIs. And Willie was 2 for 3. The Yankees took advantage with some steals in this game. And Rivers, White, Randolph had 2. Echebarren had a big hit for the Angels. Bonds had the home run. But the lines here for Hunter. 9 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Gave up the homer. And he knocks his ERA down to 3.17. Nolan Ryan went 8 2/3, gave up 7 hits, 4 runs, 5 walks, 5 strikeouts. Not too strange a line for Nolan, although he usually has a few more strikeouts. He goes to 3-1. Hunter with the win goes to 3-3. And the Yankees get to rest their bullpen in this game as they win it by a score of 4-2. And they are now 8-9. They will try and get to 500 in the third game of this series coming up next. All right. Thanks for watching.